Let's bring in ABC News political consultant Matt Dowd. Matt, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on. So let's get back to this 100-day thing. How important is this landmark, really? Aren't there presidents who didn't get much done in the first 100 days and went on to get a lot done?
It's really a PR standard that Franklin Delano Roosevelt established. He was the first one to establish this because obviously in the midst of the Great Depression, he wanted to convey some level of confidence. It's important in that regard. There's no correlation or relationship between a success of a first 100 days and the success of a presidency or a re-election. Jimmy Carter and George Herbert Walker both had great first 100 days as far as the standards of statistics. Both ended up losing their re-election fights in the end. So it's important. It's a PR standard. And the funny thing is Donald Trump is actually one that has set the bar on this. I think he's talked about it 17 or 18 different times about how successful his first 100 days was going to be. And now, as we've seen from his communication the last 24 hours, he calls it a ridiculous standard that he actually set over the last 6 months.
Yeah, he seemed to establish those parameters to begin with. But so we're all talking about a government shutdown. It's looming next week. But President Trump is saying that a lot can happen. He's not only going to prevent the government from shutting down, he wants to unveil tax reform and a new health care plan. Is that even possible in the next week?
It's very possible that he will unveil it. It's almost impossible that it will actually happen. I think that the pressure is on. He tried this with health care, and the funny thing is he has the Republican Senate that he has, the Republican House that he has, and he's been unable to get anything through that. So I think he's going to unveil it to try to have some big fanfare and all that, but the chances of any of that happening are very small.
Quickly, let's talk about foreign affairs for a second. We've got, as we reported at the top of this show, the Vice President Mike Pence over in Australia this morning, apparently trying to smooth things over with a major ally after a contentious phone call between their leader and ours shortly after the inauguration. As we approach the 100-day mark, how is Trump doing on foreign affairs?
Well, when you look at the vice president, usually they go to see dead leaders, right? Vice presidents usually are sent to funerals as opposed to live leaders. I think that if Donald Trump is the caffeine of the administration, Mike Pence is the Valium of the administration, which is listen, everybody calm down. It's all going to be okay. Don't worry about it. We're going to maintain this. I think this is what Donald Trump is going to ultimately struggle with through his presidency. He ran on dealing with the economy. We haven't heard a word about the economy in the last month because of all of these foreign policy issues. That's what I think is going to dog him for the next year.
Matt, thank you. We like to view the division of labor here as Paul is the caffeine, I'm the Valium.
Perfect.
He's the calm one.
Yes.
What's Ron? What's Ron?
Ron is a mixture of both. Depends on the day. Depends on the day. Depends how much caffeine he's had. Matt, thank you. Really appreciate it.